A Chicago rapper related to prominent rapper Lil Durk was shot until lifeless Saturday afternoon in Chatham. MacArthur Swindle, aka OTF Nunu, 21.
Them left Chino, Newski. They left his ass right here. You feel me? They left his ass up here on folks and them tweaking.
A 32-year-old rapper, Mubu Crump, passed away after he was shot, and another, Yarmel Williams, aka 051 Melly, wounded but survived a...
What up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the series where we detail the deadliest of the deadliest in the streets. Today, we gonna speak on the grave digger of Chiraq. You know, to get a name like that, out of all the savages there are, you got to be knee deep in some things. I'm talking about none other than 051 Melly, the savage that inflicted fear in his ops while at the same time earning respect. We'll see just how ruthless he was and why they backdoored him to take him out. 051 Melly built up a reputation as a cold-blooded savage, with the number of bodies rumored to be in the double digits. So just how did he become the gravedigger of Chiraq? 051 Melly, government name Yarmel Williams, came up in Southside Chicago at the Calumet Building / Randolph Towers. It was here that he gained his BD heritage, as 6217 South Calumet Ave was the home of the Black Disciples. When the Calumet apartments were torn down, he would move to 59th and Calumet with his mother Angie, brother Wu, and sister Kenjay, which was where 600 resided. He soon started attending Deuceable High School, where he was in the close company of Mickey Cobras, MCs, on 50th and 51st from King to Cottage. Something would happen not too long after that would spark the path of his legacy. Melly would become affiliated with KTS Von's cousin, 051 Zico of Young Money, YM. But when Zico would get murked by THF 46, Trigger Happy Family a Key, was when Melly would go hard for YM. There's a lot of debate about what set Melly was really from. Some say MC, but he never switched to Mickey Cobra and stood by Young Money. It's crazy, because YM mostly had BDs for ops, but Melly was a renegade BD.
Most reckless BDs out here. But I'm BDK. But he BDK. Hold on. Don't go nowhere.
That also rep YM. This just goes to show that even early on, he already had that respect and was good in many areas he went. This would lead to the end of a legend, but we first got to follow the trail to that point. This respect that he had was due to the way he moved.
Hey look, we from up here though, fellas.
Hell nah.
You ain't even GD.
But also had strong connections throughout South and East side of Chiraq. At one point, he stayed with his grandma and biological father, Yarmel William. He used to stay a lot with his uncle, Mubu Kurt Mack, before he was murked back in 07, and was also the nephew to one of the founders of NLMB, No Limit G Slim, who lost his life to the streets but was feared in his set. His step-pops was the OG, BD Jerome Golden, aka Frito, who was serving life for a robbery and 4 hits. Melly is cousins with 051 KD, TYMB twins Courtney and Cortez, TYMB Big Dre, TMB Face, and that's just a few of his connections. But having gangster connections and being dedicated to the streets doesn't make you worthy of the deadliest. So how did Melly rise to such a title, walking untouched by his ops?
I ain't got no ops. You see I'm walking down the street, don't lie.
It can be said that pain turned him from a savage into a monster. After THF 46 a Key banged his homie YM Zico at the McDonald's parking lot, it ignited the beef between THF and YM, with Melly being the main aggressor. YM would get revenge for Zico around 2010.
Well, yeah. For sure. Zico got killed in 08. I'm keeping fun. Then somebody died in 10, right?
When 600M Thing murked 051T Streets, Melly and 051 Kiddo would add to his bodies, murking 600 Shaq on the 5900 block of South Calumet Avenue in retaliation. This incited even more bloodshed around Melly, and he wanted smoke even if it was from his old block where he grew up. This is what made him so different. He was cool with most and not cool with them at the same time, because he would do what he had to do if disrespected. His Twitter handle was seen to change to @Fats_Big Brother in memory of losing him after it was rumored that 600 C-Day retaliated for Shaq, murking Fats, who was then later targeted and taken out. Fats was really close to Melly, and this really affected him. His heart turned colder with everyone he lost. His homie 051 Kiddo played a hand in the get back for Fats, catching 600 Tricks lacking in a car in the Washington Park neighborhood on the south side after Tricks was talking sideways about 051 Kiddo. Melly already began losing everyone close to him and taking out ops as he went. 051 YM was on a banging spree. sliding back every time the ops upped the score. The next that fell was 600 LA Capone after an eyewitness placed Capone, C-Day, and Tricks at the scene, emptying a clip into 051 Fats. They then taunted Melly and 051 disrespecting Fats on Twitter. Melly was known to be disrespectful, a trait seen among Chiraq savages. He found pleasure in seeing his ops slump. On the other hand, Lil Durk, who at the time was one of Chiraq's rising rappers that stood on OTF, only the family, mourned the loss of his homie LA. Durk and Melly will become sworn enemies with what happened next. 600 got they get back, murking well-known 051 Savage and rapper Lil Mark. Lil Mark became the target of jokes by 300, 600, OTF, and THF, who would take pictures where he was hit. Lil Durk went as far as making a video at the bus stop where Mark was hit.
Bus stop, man. Hey, this bus stop right here though. This a real famous place. You hear me? This is a real famous place. Hey, this bus stop, this is a real famous place.
That sent Melly angry with bloodlust. The unlucky soul to become his next body would be OTF Chino, who was Durk's manager at the time. Chino made the mistake of simply appearing in a music video by Melly's op, THFTP, in his video, Bus Stop, that mocked a bunch of fallen ops and Lil Mark, who got targeted as a bus stop. That was enough for Melly to take Chino's life, emptying a clip into him while inside his car in the 8400 block of South Stony Avenue. While Durk mourned, the gravedigger Melly clowned Chino every chance he got.
Just let me a piece.
Yeah, Chino Burger. That's what they said. Get the out of here.
His homie Mubu Crump joined in on the disrespect.
Y'all got that order for Nooski? Chino Burger. Chino Burger. Yeah. Y'all got it?
Crump played a huge part in the turn of events that led Melly down the rabbit hole, but we'll address that later. Chino was gone, but Melly didn't have enough. Pain was too much for him to let the disrespect from Durk slide. Durk is versed in the streets and knew how to avoid getting hit, but you know how it goes. If I can't get you right now, then I'm gonna get those close to you. Melly turned his attention to Durk's blood cousin, Nooski, aka OTF Nunu. Caught Nooski lacking in the 700 block of East 87th Street in the south side, creeping up and letting off shots into his body while he sat in the car. Nooski would try to escape, but crashed and succumbed to his injury. His passing happened just 2 days after Durk signed Nooski and was pushing for him to blow up.
So, I remember D-Thing sent me a picture of Nooski signing his deal like 2 days before he got killed.
Yeah. Melly ain't know it yet, but he was about to lose someone close to him yet again. Mubu Crump was Melly's homie. They both clowned Durk after Nooski got murked.
Them left Nooski. They left his ass right here. You feel me?
Durk was not to be taken lightly. He was known as a demon in Chiraq. Durk dropped a number of songs referencing his hatred towards Melly. One was his track, Like That, where he said, "It's one op that we ain't blast, after him it ain't no fun." Melly continued to taunt Durk, making fun of the track.
What they talking about? They crazy. They say it's one op that ain't killed after him. It ain't no fun. Those people crazy, ain't they?
It was rumored that Durk wanted Melly's head so bad that he put 150,000 on it. Maybe that's why THF Raheem pulled up on 051 Melly, Aereo, and Aero in the 6000 block of South Wentworth Avenue in Eaglewood, injuring Melly in the head and foot, Aereo in his shoulder, and Aero being grazed on his leg. All survived, even Melly with his head shot, and slid back on THF Raheem with 051 Aero digging another grave to his count and upping the score for 051.
Hey, I got two brothers and they know it. Arrow, check it out. What's up? My big brother Arrow, my big brother Melly. Y'all know we blood, nigga.
Raheem was also in the video that Chino appeared in and got murked by Melly for it. The crazy thing about this is that Raheem was FBG Duck blood cousin and Melly and Duck were tight. But that's how it goes. Duck understood Raheem was an op, no matter if he was family. Raheem's demise also brought a much bigger problem to Melly. Raheem was THF Bezu's stepson, a staple and figure in the THF camp. Melly and Bezu held a deep respect for each other as two assassins in Chiraq and broke the internet when they displayed their own lives together, cooling and debating the gang scored.
You said, well, yeah? For sure. You go get killed in 08, I'm keeping fun. Then somebody died in 10, right?
Never heard of him.
What?
10.
Bezu went on the hunt.
Gang. How they want it?
He would find his target, Melly, along with Crump, hitting Melly several times in the arm and chest and ending Crump's life. Melly mourned his friend, taking time to heal after surviving being shot again. He was earning the reputation of being invincible, and Melly was rushing head in for any smoke. Time went on, and 051 lost another soldier, Bankroll Q, by members of Folly Boys and TY from GGE Motown. Melly was back on the scene in no time, catching one of Q's bangers, Lil Del from Folly Boys, and hit him multiple times in the chest. Lil Del tried to escape, making it to a hospital, but passed away. Melly received props from Jarrell City, a set which he had grown close ties with. Melly survived so many close calls, it began taking a toll, reminiscing on his lost homies. Fueled by his losses, Melly was fixated on making his ops pay. His next victim would be TY GGE in retaliation for his involvement in Lil Del's hit. The streets was growing more fearful of Melly. He was like a parasite that just kept eating away at his ops. THF felt the full force of his fury. Piling up bodies almost became like a hobby to the Chiraq gravedigger. Vengeance still was in his mind for Dirk.
That's how free Dirk and Vaughn. Freedom niggas though. I'd rather them dead than in jail.
But when he lost his homie Motor of Jarrell City, Melly would make even more bold and reckless movements.
This is the site where the quadruple shooting took place of the SKD members at this G-Lo station.
After altercation with Nate 007 of Taekwon World, Melly would double back and hit up his crib, which had his baby moms and newborn baby inside. Luckily, they wasn't hit. That was enough for Nate to plot to end Melly. That day, Melly made the mistakes that left him 6 feet under. Melly was becoming comfortable due to his notoriety in the streets and seemingly untouchable status wherever he went. He got lax, a mistake that always spells doom for any banger. After hitting up Nate's apartment, Melly then went to a party celebrating the anniversary of STL Can't Get Right, aka Man Man Passing, who was Duck's close friend. Party was at 6107 South St. Lawrence, which was Jarrell City's turf. Melly was cool with Jarrell and Duck's camp, so out of respect, he showed up, even after he was given the heads up that ops from Taekwon World, who he hit up, would be there. Melly was caught lacking in the party by Nate in retaliation for events prior, letting off several shots into Melly, which brought the gravedigger to his own grave. The video of his end was caught on tape by Travis of Jarrell City, who was later murked himself, allegedly for snitching about who got Melly. The legacy of the gravedigger 051YN Melly will forever live on as the deadliest BD out of the streets of Chiraq. R.I.P. Yarmel Williams.
Stop playing on me, man. You got the balls to be yourself. That's why I like your ass.
I'm gonna always be myself.